In September, I spent a little around 3 weeks on this beautiful island, Nusa Penida, just east of Bali in Indonesia, where I went to fulfill my 15-year-long dream of learning to dive and diving amongst the coral reef in Indonesia. And I had to first learn how to dive, which Sanctum Diving Centre helped me with. And once I'd gotten my open water certification, which was admittedly harder than I was expecting. I struggled with buoyancy, I struggled with a lot of motion sickness on the boat, and some problems with equalising my ears, but we press on. I was treated to this beautiful accommodation, which after quite a few months in less than ideal living situations sometimes and crusty hostels, this was just opulent. I loved it. So I ended up staying here for about 2 weeks to complete a marine ecology program with EcoHero, which is run by Gilang and Tabitha, who are marine biologists and very passionate about what they do. And so whilst I was there with them, we did some coral restoration, did some coral surveys to look at bleaching. We did fish identification dives where we were looking at specific species that indicate the health of the reef, as well as doing some manta ray identification and turtle identification. The marine life in Nusa Penida is just incredible. I saw so many manta rays, and for something so slow and graceful, they're quite hard to capture the data that you need in order to identify them. Just like a human's unique fingerprint, they have a pattern on the underside of them which is entirely unique to each individual. And in order to capture their data in the global database, you need to get a good photo of that underside as well as their tail to determine their gender. And for a newbie like me, that was quite difficult to achieve, but we still gave it a good go, and it was just incredible to watch such an amazing, massive creature just gliding above you through the air. I also saw this mantis shrimp. They're one of my favourite creatures in the sea, maybe on the planet. They are so cool, and I often tell people facts about them because I just think they're brilliant. And here's a little pufferfish. Again, big fan of those. I was also able to see and follow this octopus for a while. I was meant to be on a manta ID dive, but I got distracted by this guy, and how could you not? He's just so interesting and flashing all sorts of colours and patterns because he was not happy about me being there, but I did try and maintain a little bit of distance whilst I filmed him with my GoPro, and then he was on his way. In hindsight, as a new diver, I probably would have been better doing quite a few fun dives first before launching straight into scientific work dives, as I was learning a brand new technical skill whilst also collecting data, and it was quite exhausting. So on my days off, I was sure to go and enjoy the beautiful scenery that Nusa Penida offers, such as Timberling Beach, which is here, with a nice tidal pool that you can bathe in. And the water is a little bit too choppy to go in. That's typical of a lot of beaches in Nusa Penida, but it sure is beautiful. So I enjoyed it all the same, and just look at the colour of that ocean. It's so blue. EcoHero are also keen to keep the beaches clean, and every week we would be trying to remove as much plastic and rubbish as we could find off of the local beaches. It was an absolute privilege to be able to take part in EcoHero's marine ecology program, to be able to spend so much time in Nusa Penida with its beautiful landscapes, its absolutely stunning sunsets, and just the really lovely Balinese culture with a heavy Hindu influence with lovingly tended shrines and temples everywhere. It's an experience that I won't be forgetting anytime soon, and I miss it already. If you're passionate about marine life and you have some diving experience, I'd highly recommend checking out EcoHero's program. They're so passionate, and it's really great to be able to give something back to our coral reefs.